is Emily. Welcome everyone! On this video I continue my travels through the Midwest. I'll go to some great roadside attractions along the way. I'll start the morning in Champaign, Illinois, right around the center of the state of Illinois. I'll end the day with an out-of-this-world visit to Riverside, Iowa. Gonna be a busy day today. Let's go! My journey begins in Champaign, Illinois. I'm at the corner of Madison and Bradley Avenues, a very busy intersection. At this corner of the intersection is what looks like a giant yellow piece of macaroni. Behind this fence is that big macaroni. Camera is now focusing on the macaroni and it says, "You know you love it." Behind the big macaroni is a factory for the Kraft Heinz Corporation. Kraft makes macaroni and cheese. Finding cool roadside attractions? You know you love it. Over 1 million boxes of Kraft mac and cheese are sold every day and brings in $500 million in revenue annually. A whole lot of people love it. Now heading toward downtown Champaign. More roadside attractions ahead. I'm at the Virginia Theater. This theater opened in 1921 and is on the National Register of Historic Places. Movies and live performances are shown here. This gets a big thumbs up as I'm next to this bronze sculpture of movie critic Roger Ebert. Roger Ebert paired with Gene Siskel to form possibly the most famous movie critic duo in history, both in television and newspaper. This marker states Ebert was born in nearby Urbana, graduated from the University of Illinois, and worked at the Chicago Sun-Times newspaper for 46 years. This edifice is also home to the annual event Ebert Fest. This event started in 1999 and showcases films that perhaps were overlooked and should get a second look. I also noticed the theater is on Roger Ebert Boulevard. That's pretty cool. Continuing to drive through downtown Champaign, there is a mix of newer buildings and older buildings here, which indicates an increasing population. Champaign's population has increased nearly 30% in the last 20 years. Let's see what else I can find in downtown Champaign. Hope this doesn't have a great fall. Check out Humpty Dumpty with a peculiar grin, the small top hat, and blue striped suit. There's a small marker below Humpty Dumpty, and it looks like he's not Humpty Dumpty. He's Mr. Eggwards, sculpted by Kimber Feibiger. Mr. Eggwards appears to be keeping tabs on the street corner, making sure everyone has an excellent day. Now at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, home of the Fighting Illini. Much of the campus is closed on this day, but I can still get a glimpse of another roadside attraction. or perhaps a campus side attraction. I'm checking out this interesting red sculpture. It's called Tsunami Ascending. This was sculpted by Christiane Martens and is meant to evoke the force and commanding presence of the waves during a tsunami. It's in front of the Science and Technology Building. Now in Bloomington, on Route 66, this is the McLean County Museum of History. Inside is a Cruisin' with Lincoln on Route 66 display. Just outside the entrance to the museum is the sculpture of Abraham Lincoln sitting on a park bench. This is a good Instagrammable photo op. You can pretend like you're having a conversation with Lincoln, who looks like he's a pretty good listener. According to this marker, this is where Lincoln was persuaded to write an autobiography after the Lincoln-Douglas debates of 1858. The autobiography helped to communicate his views and possibly helped him to win the presidency in 1860. The street is an old alignment of Route 66 from 1926 to 1940. Another look at the Museum of History. Would love to have more time here. However, I need to head to my next destination. I have a lot of ground to cover today. My next stop takes me to Evergreen Memorial Cemetery, south of downtown Bloomington. There are a few points of interest at the cemetery. The cemetery was created nearly 200 years ago. People from all walks of life are buried here, from those with modest upbringings to prominent politicians. My first sight is a tree trunk topped with a carved airplane on the right. This marker notes on Memorial Day 1948, the plane flew over the cemetery with the intent of dropping poppy flowers on the crowd. The plane struck that tree, killing a passenger on board the plane. The tree had started to die, so before the tree fully died, the tree was cut down, and a wooden sculpture in the shape of a plane was placed atop the cut tree. Another tree sculpture is over here, this one in the shape of a baseball player. This is the grave of old Hoss Radbourn, a Hall of Fame pitcher who played from 1880 to 1891. The baseball diamond is carved into the tree trunk. It notes that he played from 1880 to 1891 and went to the Hall of Fame in 1939. The baseball is just a baseball, but the rest is an incredibly detailed wood carving. Here's his informational marker. His given name is Charles. I think the Hall of Fame year is incorrect on that marker. He was inducted in 1939, not 1940. Yet another wooden grave marker is over here, not far from Hoss Radbourn gravesite. This gravesite is for Dorothy Gage, the niece of L. Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy Gage only lived for 5 months, but L. Frank Baum wanted to honor his niece by naming the main character Dorothy. The character Dorothy and dog Toto are beautifully carved. Look at the carving of Toto. In a different section of this cemetery is this interesting gravestone. This is the grave marker for Richard L. Jones. Check out that epitaph. It's 147 words in length, and was determined by Ripley's Believe It or Not as the longest epitaph ever written in a granite headstone. Guess Jones had a lot to say after he died. Another section of the cemetery has this prominent gravesite of former Illinois governor and presidential candidate Adlai Stevenson. Adlai Stevenson was governor of Illinois from 1948 to 1953. He ran for president twice, in 1952 and 1956, losing both times to Dwight D. Eisenhower. Stevenson was appointed ambassador to the United Nations and served until his death in 1965. Now I'm in the city of Normal, Illinois at Carl's Ice Cream, where I find this Muffler man. This is actually a smaller version of a Muffler man at just 15 feet tall. His name is Carl, and he's serving an ice cream cone and a cheeseburger. I didn't get a chance to try their burger or ice cream, but I heard it's really good. Have you been here? Leave me a comment. Now heading out of this area, driving through Illinois State University, home of the Redbirds. It's a good-sized university with about 20,000 students. My next stop is about an hour north of here. I'm in Oglesby, Illinois, at another burger joint called the Rootbeer Stand. This looks like an old A&W restaurant drive-in, complete with the A&W Papa Burger statue, holding a frosty root beer and a burger. The A&W Papa Burger statues were used back in the 1960s to advertise the A&W restaurant chain. We're gonna grab some burgers and fries and see how everything tastes. I'm pretty hungry right now. There are lots of lanes for ordering outside. Check out the menu, quite a bit to choose from. We decided to eat inside. Not just burgers, but hot dogs, barbecue sandwiches, and fish and chips. Also tasty desserts like ice cream cones, slushes, sundaes, typical burger joint food here. Pretty busy too. The Riverside stand is definitely a throwback to the 1950s diner experience. Starting off with this appetizer is some fried corn nuggets. These look really good. Took a bite out of one to show the inside. These are good sized corn nuggets. Here's my cheeseburger. Got a good bit of char on the burger, with melty cheese, a big slice of tomato. My basket comes with fries and a small salad with French dressing. Everything was good, glad we stopped here. It's not far off Interstate 39, but now we're continuing our journey north. Our next stop will be in Iowa. We're not too far away, but I wanted to show a couple of cool bridges on the way. First is this one, which is the Abraham Lincoln Memorial Bridge going over the Illinois River. The next one is 90 minutes west, in the Quad Cities area, which spans Moline and Rock Island in Illinois, and Benton, North and Davenport on the Iowa side. Look at this awesome bridge directly ahead of us. This is the new crossing over the Mississippi River. One of the new spans is open. Let's take a drive on it. Welcome to Iowa. My next stop as we drive directly into the sun is located in the city of Walcott. You might be able to make it out on the right. This is the world's largest truck stop, and it is huge. This place opened in 1964. The building behind me is 123,000 square feet, but it's not just this building. Look at all this over here, where all the trucks go. There are 900 parking spots for trucks down there. There is also a museum on the left side. Now inside the big building, this kind of reminds me of Buc-ee's. This truck stop also has ready-to-eat meals and lots of souvenirs, shirts, and whatnot. Lots of jelly, sauces, pickled items. Over here, lots of different flavors of cheese, and also sausages and beef jerky. Pretty much every possible flavor of cotton candy are in these containers. Lollipops, also these big bags of tiny marshmallows. Pre-made cups of fruit, lots to choose from, some sushi rolls as well, and all kinds of pasta salad. Also, every variety of fudge you can think of. They're running a sale. Buy 4 pieces and get 2 free. More over here, peanut butter and jelly fudge, birthday cake fudge. Plenty of shirts, also greeting cards to choose from. Lots of coffee mugs, shot glasses, and magnets. Look at these grass flip-flops. Who would buy these? I guess these are made in Iowa? This big pickup truck advertising the trucking museum that we saw earlier. This place is so huge, so many souvenirs are for sale here. Also all these colorful shirts. Look at this furry Sasquatch looking up. All sorts of collectible items, some candles over there. They really do have just about everything you could ask for here. There's a large section this way, just beyond this pig seat thing. This area has everything a trucker could possibly need. Everything from replacement parts to oil, exhaust pipes, special lights to trick out your truck. This area has easy access to that large 900 truck parking space we saw earlier. Also a place to do laundry, take a shower, and a TV lounge upstairs. Even a barber, dentist, and chiropractor here. Here's a modest arcade. Not too many games here. This is right next to the huge food court area. Lots of fast food places in the food court. There's also a buffet here. They serve your typical all-you-can-eat comfort food. This is quite a place. Anyway, on to my final stop of the day. And this final stop is about an hour west in the town of Riverside, where they celebrate someone's future birthplace. James Tiberius Kirk. Iowa is Captain Kirk's birth state, according to Star Trek canon, but the city of Riverside was not. But that didn't stop the city from designating itself as Captain Kirk's future birthplace. There's even a museum dedicated to and celebrating Star Trek. I'll have to return and visit the museum when it's open. Shoplifters will be assimilated. The museum has a clever name, The Voyage Home. That's the title of the 4th Star Trek movie. The sign says Kirk will be born here March 22nd, 2228. That very sign was used at the future birthplace site in Riverside's downtown until an engraved marker replaced it. None of this is sanctioned by the corporate owners of Star Trek. However, William Shatner himself set this granite bench to memorialize Riverside resident Nita Wingler's wrath. I will definitely come back soon. They have a festival every year. It's called Trekfest, where they celebrate Star Trek and Captain Kirk. The 2022 festival will take place the final weekend in June. This replica of the Enterprise is pretty cool. Across the street, they have a bronze statue of Captain Kirk. This will most definitely be an Instagrammable moment. This is Captain Kirk, dressed in the original series uniform, ready to take on the Klingons. Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Even the Riverside City Park has a Starship Enterprise, the prototype space shuttle version. Great day in our universe and the mirror universe. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!